I just tried the TimeSplitters Rewind Beta, and this is a free application for anyone to go download on their website, and you can come join other people playing these old TimeSplitters updated levels. And this is kind of a cool project. I'll take you to the website and we'll take a look at what they have on the very front page here. Heading over to TimeSplittersRewind.com shows you a little download button right in the middle of the screen. There's a couple mirrors that you can download from, and this game actually doesn't take a lot to run. It just needs a GTX 760, which is nice. That means that the game will run just fine on most systems. There are a few hiccups here and there in the game, but otherwise I don't think it's a big deal. I think that the game feels pretty optimized, but right here they state that there's 28 maps available, online and offline story mode, 51 arcade leagues, 32 challenges, 96 characters, 41 weapons, 20 arcade game modes, a new game mode Team Elimination, updated game mode Last Stand, online and offline arcade with bots, and 10 players online at a time. And these things are all actually in the game. If you go to the About section, you get to see a little bit about the team who's making this. This is a community-made project that has been going on for a little while now, and they actually have a cute little project history that's kind of neat to read through that goes over the years of all the things that happened with TimeSplitters in general, and then as the team formed, what happened over time. And this actually spans all the way back. It was supposed to have come out at one point in 2017, but things got delayed for reasons, for many different reasons, until it finally just came out a few days ago, according to the date of this video. The very first thing we take a look at is the story mode of the game, which right now all that's released is the entire TimeSplitters 1 update. So each level from TimeSplitters 1, all with the easy, normal, and hard modes accessible, and co-op. My sister actually played with me, and we were able to beat each of the levels just fine, no bugs that would stop us, except for I think one time we had to both leave the entire game and come back in to connect properly, but that was all of about 2 minutes, and then we were able to do it over, I think it took us about 2.5 hours to go through each of the levels on normal. So that was really cool, and I'm glad that they were able to add this. You can see at the bottom, TimeSplitters 2 is grayed out. You eventually will be able to select that, and maybe TimeSplitters Future Perfect as well. That's kind of the hope. But yeah, here's the game. It's got a very interesting look to it. It feels a little plasticky to me, graphics-wise. It's not terrible, but you can tell it's Unreal Engine, and everything runs pretty well. The game is pretty responsive. I was happy with how the aiming with the mouse worked. It feels kind of cool to be playing a TimeSplitters game with mouse and keyboard. It really runs well, and it's just neat. The gameplay felt wholly unchanged. I mean, it felt pretty similar to what everything else was. The additions they added, the graphics and the weapons and stuff like that, everything looks pretty nice. The sounds are pretty off though. There's a lot of issue with the sounds. The bugs with the sounds are a little annoying. Sometimes you get no sound whatsoever. Sometimes you get just your gun reloading. Sometimes you just get people moaning death moans. And then other times it's everything all at once, just in your ear, and you can't quite tell what's going on. So the sound is a little off, but so far everything else has been going well. Right away, the first thing I do when booting up is just check out the controls, there's a lot of options that you can select in the options menu for controls. The one thing that is kind of bothering me is that the lowest I can make the sensitivity for shooting, for aiming, is 0.3. And it feels insanely fast, and that might be because I have my DPS up kind of high at this very weird amount, but I had to reduce my DPI down to 800 on my mouse to even get it to be slow enough for me to control. I'm not sure if that's my problem, if that's their problem, they're fixing it, but that was something I ran into, so I had to lower my DPI to make it work. Otherwise, you got a lot of controls you can work with. This game doesn't have the most amount of buttons you need to press. This is TimeSplitters. This is the old TimeSplitters games. I'm glad that they were able to get this much done because this is cool. It functionally feels great. For a free download that comes with an entire story mode you can play solo or co-op with the ability to track your time and I think put it up on leaderboards and do all 3 difficulties. They all are able to be finished from beginning to end with no problems in between. We were able to finish every single level, no issues. After I checked out the story mode, we decided to check out the online multiplayer mode, and there's actually quite a few games running. You can see here from this little server list. it's not the easiest to find a game. A lot of people have them password protected for, them and their friends, like a certain group of people, which makes sense. I'm not faulting those people. But we did find a game that was just a deathmatch, but it was full of players, and it was chaotic. It was hectic. It was actually kind of fun because, you weren't expecting to be this like super competitive gameplay. It's everyone just spawns and you start firing at head level and hope that you get headshots and get some kills. Sometimes you pick up a weapon, sometimes you don't. This one was pretty difficult, but I know that there are other servers that have like less players on them. I'm not sure if some of these were bots. I'm not sure what was going on. Some of these were definitely real people. You could just tell by the way they did stuff. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed the multiplayer. It was very, like I said, it's very chaotic and hectic, and there's a lot to choose from in the multiplayer. You can do your own custom matches as well, put them online and have them not password protected and have people join. You can pick up to 6 different weapons that are on a level. You can pick the type of bots, see what they look like. You can change a couple of the things about the objectives. It's really neat that they have all of this from the original game. It's really cool. So I'm glad they do. And it's extra neat because they are marring all 3 of the TimeSplitters games together all into one package. It's not separate games. You play all 3 right from these menus right here. Everything in the games that they add that will go to 1, like TimeSplitters 2, it goes to all 3. So they share it across the board, which is really nice. Keeps everything, uniform and makes sense. Everyone downloads one game and we can play everything together. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. After I saw the multiplayer, I decided to check out the solo challenges, which are kind of varied and all over the place. This one, at the beginning here, wants me to blow up barrels in a certain time limit. I have a shotgun with infinite ammo, and I must just shoot the barrels and blow them up. There are a certain number of barrels, and when I hit the end of it, I get graded on my time. And if I beat it under a certain time limit, I get different trophies. Now, I didn't do too many, but I'm pretty sure there are some unlocks you can get as you move down the list of challenges. I believe you have to follow a list of them. You can't just like hop back and forth. So it's kind of neat. These challenges are really cool. It's just a fun way to, play more of the game, experience more of what they have to offer. And there's going to be even more challenges because the other games also have these types of things. I remember doing this challenge back in the day where you have to shoot a certain number of zombies' heads off within the time limit. And of course, the faster you do it, the better your grade. This was a cool one. The one after this one, though, is just punching their heads off. I don't know what I'm missing about it, but I cannot punch their heads off quick enough. So I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's the game, but I was having a lot of trouble with it. After that, I also checked out the Arcade League, and this one's kind of neat. This one reminds me very much of Perfect Dark's challenges. So what happens is these are all NPC players in a multiplayer match, but you do challenges against them. And this one they're all just duckmen and they're all against you in this map with these weapons. And it's kind of neat, right? Like they ask you to do these challenges and the NPCs get harder, the bots get harder and harder as you go down the list. And I don't know what you unlock. I'm assuming characters and stuff like that, like character skins. But eventually you unlock stuff as you beat these. It's just kind of neat. Like Perfect Dark did the same thing, and I remember loving it because you don't have to play this online, and there's so much to do. Times to reach, different milestones to reach, and if this game really does get a lot of updates, like this game releases with hundreds of challenges because the other games had these things, maybe we'll get so many that we just spend months playing this just for the challenges. All in all, I would say that this game is pretty cool. I'm really glad that they were able to get this much done and release it. I think the graphics are, in my opinion, they aren't as faithful to me. I mean, they're very shiny and plasticky, which is fine. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. If you're the developers for some reason watching this video, it's not bad. It just doesn't feel as accurate to me, but that isn't necessarily something that would stop me from playing. And it's really not that bad. I just feel like it's a little, I don't know what it is about it. But the thing is that everything else around it is really nice. I think the effects are nice. The lighting is nice. Everything looks like I remember it to look from years ago on the PS2, just much higher quality. And all the gameplay stuff is there. It works, and it's really fun. You can play online with your friends. You can play online by yourself. You can play the challenges, the leagues, whatever you want to play. There's a lot here, and it's free. So I think it's pretty minor comparatively to all the stuff you get. The game feels great, and the small amount of bugs can be annoying sometimes, but I didn't really experience a lot of them. If you experience them, please leave them down in the comments, and either a way that you fixed them, got around them, or just let us know, because I think it's important for the developers to see even more of other people's experiences so that they can get this down right. Because honestly, this was great. We really enjoyed it. It was really cool. I kind of expect to come back to this over and over until it's completely finished and 100% this thing. This is super cool. I love the PlayStation 2, so this is right up my alley. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Just a quick little look at this game, just a chance to see what it's about. So come back to the channel for more PS2 related content, and I'll see you soon. Later.